AC. Politics, sports, dining, entertainment. AC Mike is your go-to guy. Call in at 609-927-1100. And now, here's AC Mike.
Hey, folks, good morning and welcome to the AC Mike Show. I'm Mike Lopez, your host for the show today. We're here live at Hard Rock Hotel Casino Studio in beautiful Linwood, New Jersey. Don't tell anybody, but really in Atlantic City, so nobody will know. Justin, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mike. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Hoorah, never rains in the boot camp.
Never does.
No, it doesn't, my man. So listen, folks, a couple people have been asking me what's going on in Atlantic City. Well, we're going to talk short-term rental management, all that great stuff with Cozy co-host right in Atlantic City, housed and working right out of the 401. And then we're also going to, at the bottom of the hour, talking with Hard Rock Sportsbook Director Butch Bachanico. I always butcher his last name, but I think I got it right that time. And folks, if anybody wants to call in, feel free to call in at 609-927-1100. Talk about whatever you want, beach whales and the Eagles and Cozy co-host and Hard Rock and Atlantic City or whatever it may be. But let's try to stay on subject. But I'm okay here, and I want to introduce my guest to you. You've met them before. They're a sponsor to the show. They're a great local business, small business who's grown and continue to grow, as we talked prior to the show, with Ashley and Paul Stewart of Cozy co-host. Welcome.
Good morning, Mike. Thank you so much for having us on this lovely Sunday morning. And we are so excited to be here. Thank you, everyone, for listening in and listening to what we are bringing to the table in Atlantic City with our business, all that has to come. We're really looking forward to an awesome 2023. So we hope that we are going to be hosting more and more guests this year in Atlantic City and showing them how much Atlantic City has to enjoy, to participate in, all the great events, and our properties are there and ready to house them and accommodate all of these guests. So we're really excited.
Outstanding. And listen, we're going to talk some of those events. Paul and Ashley, again, what you're doing in Atlantic City is phenomenal. I catch you guys on Instagram and social media and Facebook and in person. And again, our world has come to a place where some folks use it for different reasons, but what you guys have and your team is a tremendous social media page. And folks, we're going to talk about that a little bit, because what I see this guy doing and Ashley and the team is it's beyond handyman. You know, the different situations, the crazy things that you guys, and listen, it can't always be fun,
No.
right? But it's work.
Absolutely.
But the way you bring it out and show folks what you're doing in your services, talk to us a little bit about that, handling those different situations that pop up, because not only do you own a few, but you're management, right?
Yeah.
So you're managing the properties.
Absolutely. So, I mean, we do try to showcase like the good and the bad. I mean, obviously everyone wants to see the positive things in the short-term rental marketing, or even the, starting a small business, entrepreneurship, and all the positives that come with it. But there are definitely a lot of head scratchers and, hard days and things that, aren't the easiest. So for ourselves, I mean, we pride ourselves on being a full-service short-term rental management company. We definitely differ from what a regular property management company does. It's a totally different beast. Our focus is on the business, it's on the guests, it's on the cleaning of the property, and that's why we have an in-house cleaning staff. We do have to do small fixes for properties, and we can do that for our clients if needs be. But in this world of short-term renting, like, when things break, they got to get fixed right away. So a lot of times there's no time to go and outsource to get something fixed. It kind of lands on my plate to just figure it out. Luckily, I have become a pretty good jack of all trades handyman, and I can fix a lot of things that go wrong, but I do at times find myself doing things that I definitely do not know how to do, and it's kind of like, you have 2 hours to figure out how to, change an electric board in a HVAC system. I don't know how to do that, but I figure out how to do it, and, most of the times I can actually, get the problem resolved myself. And I things like that, where I kind of say, like, I know other companies aren't doing that, or, I know they're going to have to tell someone, we're going to have to push the guests to another property, or, we might have to wait a couple days so we can get an HVAC guy there, or maybe that HVAC guy can come sometime later in the night where I'm kind of like, well, guess I'm gonna be the HVAC guy. You know,
Right.
something goes wrong, and you know,
Right.
maybe another company that kind of does what we do says, oh, we're gonna go outsource a plumber. I am the plumber. Oh, we're gonna go outsource an electrician. I am the electrician. I end up figuring it out. Luckily, again, I luckily that this, it's not that I know everything. It's that I just am really the type that when things aren't working, I like obsess over it, where I have to fix it. And at times when I can't fix things, I do sometimes have to get a little help, and luckily I have, you know, good friends and relationships in this business that are, you know, HVAC guys, electricians, plumbers, and a lot of times they can come and help me. They can even walk me through some stuff, help me troubleshoot. But I pride myself in doing this, where I don't think, you know, other short-term rental management companies are not doing this. You always hear the word automation by a lot of these companies.
Yeah.
All they want to do is automize. They just want to, you know, they want to do the least work possible, and I want to do the most work possible. And sometimes maybe I'm not getting the extra income or payments from our clients to do all this extra stuff, but it's just the way I operate. And I kind of feel like down the line, this is how I grow a business. This is how I show value to my clients. This is how I know when my clients speak of the things that we do, not just myself, but Ashley and our staff, you know, they will only speak, you know, really highly of us. And this is the way that I can grow this business. And it's honestly the only way I know how to operate. I can only do things at 100%. I'm a big believer is the way that you do something is the way that you do everything. And I kind of just continue to move in that hemisphere's thought process.
And Paul, I love what you're saying there when you said 100%. I always been, when I get it 110% or whatever, you know, you could give 100% and you're going above and beyond most people what they do. So folks, we're talking with Paul and Ashley Stewart of Cozy Co-Host. Go to cozycohost.com, check out what they're doing, but we want you to sit and listen and grab your coffee and move along. And I love what you were saying there, Ashley and Paul, also with, you know, the point is, you know, that not to pat yourself on the back that you're doing it. No, you're there. You're there where, again, I know you said it, but you're there to get the problem fixed immediately. You know, when I say immediately, you call, somebody's there. Hey, it may take a little time. And that's what separates you guys from other companies, you know, whether they're calling someplace and they're out of state or out of town or whatnot. And I think that's so important, especially in this world where we're talking a little bit about Instagram and whatnot, because we see you solve your problems and what you're doing, you have fun with it. But we're instant, right? We're instant. But you have clients, you have guests that are staying in there, and they want something to be done. And you know, when someone shows up, it's cool. I'm like, hey man, thanks for coming, you know, whether it gets fixed or not. And again, I don't mean to repeat myself for them, but that's what separates you guys from others. Actually, you know, what you do too, we're working with the crew there. You know, how does it tie in? Does that phone ever stop? I mean, with calls, and it's not about bad tenants or whatever, stuff breaks, right?
Yeah.
Poop happens.
That's right. It never stops. Literally 24/7. We wake up in the middle of the night. It could be something major, minor. We have to address whatever it is immediately. And the fact that our guests and our clients know that we're always there, that's what really sets us above everyone else. It's really, really important to us to make sure that we're differentiating ourselves within the market. And that's it. That's what puts us, you know, in a different bracket from a lot of other companies. We take pride in the fact that we're actually stepping into our properties. It makes such a difference. We take pride in the fact that we're paying attention to how the beds are made. We're paying attention to the level of cleanliness. We're paying attention to what graphics we're putting on the wall, who we're incorporating into the property as far as helping us do interior design or artscapes or whatever it may be. And then obviously dealing with all the fixes. We could literally write a book or have a reality show with some of the things that we deal with and see on a daily basis.
Write a book about quick fixes.
Right, exactly, exactly. You know, but like Paul said, there's days where it's really hard, it's really trying, it's very rough, but in the end, it is overall gratifying. And we live in a day and age of you need instant gratification.
Right.
You know, that's just that's how everyone operates this day. And age, so we're really excited that we can provide some of that to
and more
people.
so even with customer service and what
Yeah.
you guys are doing.
Absolutely.
Listen, it's that type of thing. You know, we talk about it prior when you guys were here a few weeks ago. You know, with the graphics and we don't have to go into that. But folks, when you go into one of their properties, it's a whole different transformation. But you know you're at AC or whatever it may be, but it's just beautiful artwork. And if you could, for a minute, like I said, we spent a lot of time last time and we continue to, but talk about some of that a few minutes, Ashley or Paul.
Yeah.
You know, some of those artists that come in there. I know I went into the Sinatra Suite, Laguna Way, just beautiful, beautiful interiors. And actually, Lisa's like Mike. You got to talk to Lisa or Ashley, because I would love for her to get some ideas from her. So I'm putting it out there right now. She
Absolutely.
sees your work and it's crazy. But
Well, I was a previous wedding planner and designer, so I'm your lady. But turned interior designer, of course. I am actually specializing in interior design for the business, which really helps the properties. I am actually working on my master certificate program right now for interior design to help advance us. But like you had mentioned, we do bring in local artists. Paul and I live in Atlantic City.
Right.
There's a huge base of local artists, and we absolutely adore it. We love it. It is so interesting. It's so unique. So bringing those artists into our properties has made such a difference because they speak and show Atlantic City.
Right.
So we have the Sinatra Suite. Amanda Auble came in and helped us out with that. We have Run AC. Kenneth Lazon came in and helped us with that.
love that one.
Yeah,
It's one of my
really
favorites.
cool. It has the diving horse.
Cool.
It has the wheel. It's really unique. So Val Fio came in and she helped us with another project. It's called the Terrazzo Terrace, which is really artsy and fun. So we have taken so much time to bring these artists in and help them, or have them help us contribute to really presenting Atlantic City within our properties. And it's been a really fun venture.
That's amazing. Again, with some of the names and knowing these people too. You know, Val and Amanda met with North Beach Mini Golf and what she did there, and with you guys and what they do over at Tony's Baltimore Grill. You know,
Yeah.
with the Union Hall with
Yep.
Zach. And
Yeah, Zach and
you know,
Jim.
we are rich, and we could spend 5 hours on this.
Absolutely.
On history, art in Atlantic City. And again, I'm tying it in, cozycohost.com, folks. We're talking with the owners, Ashley and Paul Stewart. What you do, and you put that out there, and when someone walks in, and I love it, that whether it's you're 30 years old, you're 25 years old, you're going to one of them short terms, or 55 or whatever, you're falling in love with Atlantic City. Not just what you guys do, laying their heads down, you know, the folks on the pillows or the couch or coming in after a night out in the casinos or some of our great bars, but they're walking into it. You know, you're literally walking into it. You're in it, but you're walking into it. So I don't mean to sound goofy or whatever, but to me, it really is. It means a lot, you know, to us, to you and others. And I know like people like Vicky Gold Levy, who you have a big fan. I'm going to introduce you guys to her down the road. She's a historian. Her father was the original when it was the World's Playground, and still the World's Playground, folks. WPG, when you go on Boardwalk Hall, you'll see that globe over the stage. Everybody asks me all the time, World's Playground.
Mhm.
That's been there
That's
since
right.
1929. But you know, they appreciate it too. They see it. Folks, we're talking again with Cozy Co-host owners, Paul and Ashley Stewart. You can call in at 609-927-1100. But yeah, it's, you know, you're venturing into other, you know, going past Jackson Avenue and down this way. In other words, the border. How's that working for you? Because I know it was only a matter of time you guys are going to just grow, and it just, you guys were probably holding the reins
We were
back.
definitely pumping the brakes.
Yeah,
Yes.
we definitely. I mean, no matter where this business goes or where, you know, whatever happens with Cozy Co-host, like our business plan, model, and main focus is Atlantic City.
Right.
Because we live in Atlantic City, because we love Atlantic City, because we want to share Atlantic City with other people, because I feel like Atlantic City sometimes gets some bad press and some unfair, stereotypical viewpoints across the board, and we want people to come stay at our properties in, you know, in the community to say, hey, you know, that neighbor's pretty nice. Hey, wow, it's really not a bad neighborhood here. Oh, wow, there's actually great people in this community. I think, you know, for us, like, that's a major thing. So we have not really looked to move any of our you know, our business out of the city. We've had a lot of people over the last year or so really ask us to come to Brigantine, to Ventnor, and other shore locations. We've kind of, like you just said, we've held back on taking any properties outside of Atlantic City. But we are recently kind of just took our first property in Brigantine. We
Nice.
just took our first
Congratulations.
property in Ventnor. it kind of does have to be a perfect storm. I mean, I'm not totally open to taking every single person that comes my way from Brigantine or Ventnor.
Nice problem to have, though.
Yeah, I mean, hey, not saying anything
Right.
bad with either of those short towns. We love to go and eat in Ventnor. We go and eat at the Cove in Brigantine.
That's
So
right.
you know,
Red Room, you got to check
Yes,
that joint
Yes,
out.
Red Room's
we've been there as well.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, and even down in Margate, like Sophia is
Right.
one of our
Yeah,
favorite
yeah.
places. So like, yeah, there's great places down there as well. But I just don't want to take that, like, I don't want to take any like business or scope or away from what we're doing in Atlantic City. Is that's like
Right.
the core brand. That's our core, thing that we need to pay attention to.
It's the foundation.
Yeah,
It's not the
exactly.
home,
Yeah.
right?
But we are venturing off to Ventnor and Brigantine right now, and
We have an Ocean City property.
we
coming
do have an
Wow.
Ocean City
Yeah.
property coming up this summer. So again, it had to be a little different because at least with Ocean City, it's going to be hard for us to be hands-on. So we are going to have to outsource, which is
Right.
not really our business model. So it is kind of a little hard because I'm very stickler on like being right onto my business model, at least like letting the a model of our business branch off a little bit, but the core values I like to stay with, and I've actually learned that from like one of my favorite people to talk business with is Mark Ganther from Little Water Distillery. I mean, he's one of my good friends, and I've took a lot of his advice through like business, because he has a good little successful business over here in Atlantic City. So I've took a lot of advice from Mark, and I've kind of thought, I don't want to really move away from my business plan in general. But we might have to just do a little outsourcing, figure it out, and I'm sure that the properties will be set up the way the Cozy Co-host standards and what
That's
we
right.
want as we go along. But looking forward to growing and doing a little something different.
Getting to know the two of you recently, and a few years ago we met and just talking, go back and forth. I can guarantee the folks, the listeners, and some of the viewers out there in social, that these two are definitely going to have that model. Whoever you bring in for the outsourcing. And one thing you always got to remember too: Ventnor, Margate, Wallport, it was all Atlantic City.
That's
That's
right.
true. Yeah, that is true. That is true. It
That
was.
is true.
That was all, so it was all Atlantic City. So again, I wish you all the best. And like I said, what you're doing is fantastic. You have a collaboration and an event coming up with one of my favorite people, John Henderson, and his team in Good Time Tricycle. Talk to us a little bit about that, because again, that's what happens here in Atlantic City.
Yes.
Whether it's North Beach Mini Golf, you guys, Steel Pier, the casinos, or whatever, we go down up and down the shore. It's that unity, the close knit. I don't want to say the same people, but we're friendly. It's
Absolutely.
Atlantic City, so go ahead, talk to us.
So we are going to kind of team up with AC Beer Music Fest here coming in June 3rd and June 4th, and kind of help out for some lodging for vendors and even for people that want to come out and come and enjoy the festival. Obviously, it's a huge festival. It's one of the biggest ones in the city
right.
every year.
I think countrywide.
Yeah.
Over the country.
That's
There you
true.
go.
I think it is billed, not self-billed too, self-proclaimed, like Hamilton, Blueberry
Gotcha.
capital of the world.
Gotcha.
That's so the biggest beer and music festival in the country. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
I mean, no,
Put
you're
that
good.
out there.
I would imagine so. I mean, it is huge. It's all Bader Field's a great place where
Yep.
it seems to be just a great vibe. So I mean, we're happy to be involved in it. We basically opened up all of our properties a bit early to kind of facilitate to vendors and goers that want to come out. And it's just nice to link together with John and his team, kind of doing, as local businesses coming together and trying to form something again to just bring more people into the city, into the community, and give them a little different options other than just the, atypical casino, housing option
Right.
for that weekend.
I don't mean to put you on the spot too. You know the date on that?
June 3rd and June 4th.
There you go, June 3rd and June 4th. It's going to be an awesome time.
Yep.
Another Atlantic City celebration. Some folks are asking too. I got social on here too, split screen. I've learned how to do that. CozyCohost.com. CozyCohost.com. Milton from Indianapolis is thinking about doing a trip down here. And so, yeah, there you go, Milton Ward. Thank you for your comments. So, listen, we're close to the end of the hour. We got a couple minutes. I want you guys, if you can, stick around for a few minutes.
Absolutely.
We'll have Butch on hold. Butch, if you're out there, God bless you. Please stay. I know it's a big day in the NFL, but we're talking with some of our friends here, and he'll call in from the Hard Rock. But again, with different collaborations, we got about a minute here to talk about it. It's a key. I think that's key. A lot of times, and I know it wasn't Atlantic City for the big houses. When I call big houses, I mean the casinos were not. They were all to themselves, and even businesses were.
Mhm.
But I see this in the last. I've been full time about 2006 in AC, but Lifetime grew up in there. I just see that opening of arms, whether it's Tony's Baltimore, like I said, or Tony Baloney or whoever in North Beach and the flagship and whatnot, the collaboration that's going on. Listen, the more people to come, there's plenty for us to do
That's
and
right.
to work. Am I right?
There's so many great small businesses out there that are collaborating and they are connecting, and it's just an awesome place. It really is.
So, folks, listen, I hear the music. Stick around where you're at. Grab your cup of coffee, whatever it may be. Come right back. We're going to pay some bills. A little ABC News. There's a $50 gift card to Lucky Snake Arcade Raceway and Sports Bar. Someone call on the other side. Justin will take some information. We're here live and local right here at the Hard Rock Hotel Casino Studio with Paul and Ashley Stewart of Cozy co-host. Short-term rental. Make sure you check it out while you're on the break. Forget the ABC News. Be right back.
Stay cozy.
92.3 WOND welcomes you back to the AC Mike Show. Call in and join the conversation at 609-927-1100. And now, here's AC Mike.
Hey, folks, welcome back to the show. So glad you're with us this Sunday morning. So, guys, listen, we're going to wrap it up a little bit, Ashley and Paul. Again, we were talking about the collaborations with different businesses. That's the beauty of Atlantic City. You guys have come in with a storm, but you came in with a storm just loving the city first, and we've talked about that several times. And I just want to turn it over to you for a few minutes. Let folks know where to find you, what to do, what you guys do, and just what's happening come the spring. Because before you know it, listen, you vacation now. For all you lovebirds out there, myself included. Valentine's Day, you got President's Day, all this stuff coming up. March with St. Patty's Day. You're going to want to come to Atlantic City and stay. So go ahead.
We are all year round in AC, that's for sure.
That's right. Difference between us and Ocean City. Love Ocean City. We're 365 and other beach towns, not just Ocean City.
Yes, definitely come check us out. Whether you're a guest or you're an investor or a property owner, we have services or something for everyone. So we can host you or we can help you host, whatever it may be. Definitely check us out. It's cozycohost.com, or you can visit our Instagram page at the Cozy Life AC. Follow us in a day of that cozy life, or come stay cozy.
There you go. Come stay cozy. I love that. That's what we were doing this morning. We're like, man, wish we could just stay in bed and hang out a little bit. But Paul, go.
Yeah, absolutely. Come check us out on our Instagram page and the website and everything else that we do. And just a quick recap of us. We are a short-term rental management company specializing in bringing people to Atlantic City and soon to be other shore towns as well. We kind of do everything as far as full service, handyman work, clean work, kind of anything that is needed for that business for our clients. And we really try to give our guests the most value as hosts and to give them the most amenities and things that they're needed so they really enjoy their stay at our properties. We've now got a bit over, what are we at? Almost 50 properties right now.
Close to 15.
Yeah, so we're probably be hitting around 60 or 65 by summer is kind of our guess. We have a lot of interior design projects going on, a lot of the things that are coming up. So we're just growing continuously with help from our staff.
A huge shout out to our staff. Huge shout out to our staff, our cleaning staff, our management
Give their
staff,
names if you want.
our
Just give the
operations manager Alana, our supervisor Nikki. I mean, everybody. We wouldn't be able to do it without our staff. And that's another thing that we really pride ourselves on, that we are able to have the staff that we have, W-2 and insured. We are legit.
Right.
We're not outsourcing in these cases. These are our team, our employees going out and working on these properties. So it's really awesome.
It's nice to provide jobs in the city as well. We need to provide more jobs for more locals. So providing jobs is a great thing. Last summer we were above 20 employees. I mean, this summer again, I'm expecting us to be around like 30 to 35 employees. Our operations manager is now a full-time employee, and she just really makes our life a lot easier. So big shout out to Alana. Our supervisor Nikki, she knows the values and what is expected, in properties. season, and she is going to, help us move the needle to always be almost to perfection. There's never pure perfection, but as close to perfection as we can have with our, cleaning, needs
Right.
and whatnot like that. So, I mean, overall, we're just looking for a great on season. There's so much going on in Atlantic City. Looking forward to that water park. Me and you were just talking. Looking forward to Warner Theater coming open.
Right. Go ahead. Yeah.
Another great season of North Beach. Another great season of the beach, just the boardwalk, everything that's
There's
happening.
some cool beach concerts coming
Right,
this
yeah.
year.
Beach concerts.
Yeah.
You got
Tidal waves
Yeah,
back.
Yeah.
Beer
There's
fest.
some more
again.
surprises coming
Yes,
too.
yes.
Yeah.
So there's just
announcing.
so much, everything that's going on. A couple of the new restaurants and ventures that are going, and then of course you got like the staples. Late night you got to go to TBG's and get yourself a
That's
pie
right.
and a
You gotta
drink,
go to
right?
the
Like,
joint.
right.
you want to really class yourself up a little bit. Docks, knife and fork, everything you need.
That's right.
Like just come to Atlantic City, stay with us, and we'll tell you where to go, and then you're gonna live it to the fullest.
And to your point, Paul and Ashley, great spots like you said. TBG, they have some insane. Whoever's doing their social media, and I know we know.
That's my boy.
But they do a great job. And then New Year's Eve we spent in that Doc's Oyster House, and then wound up at that Showboat, and that's where I proposed. So
Yeah.
from soup to nuts, And I'm going to give another shout out to one of my sponsors. But we had such a great time. So I'm like, hon, is it all right? We're here. It's raining outside. I was going to do it on the boardwalk or whatever, but I don't want to get you all wet. She's like, Mike, are you kidding me? I love arcades. Yeah, and she does.
That's
She's like a
so
kid, so she's got her little sparkly dress on and everything, playing Pac-Man and whatever, Halo or all this other stuff. So again, it's a great time of the year right now, leading into the spring, and there's so many, as Paul just mentioned, folks, happenings going on in Atlantic City in the next few months, and big structures coming out of the ground, whether it's South Jersey or Stockton University by South Jersey Gas, Phase 2, Eds and Meds. I always talk about that. Most folks know that. What they're doing at Cozy Co-Host, what they're doing at Showboat with the island, the Absecon Lighthouse, Steel Pier. I could go on, resorts. Everything's happening, for a reason, and there's going to be another revival at Gardens Basin. We're going to talk about that in the next couple of weeks, what's going to be happening out there. So again, we got our man Butch. We're going to go to a quick break, but the two of you get to say goodbye to folks. Folks, make sure you check these folks out, cozycohost.com. Tell them AC Mike. I'm telling you, make sure you do it. So go ahead, guys.
Well, it speaks a lot to be 100% AC Mike approved. But thank you guys so much for tuning in to listen to us today. We really appreciate it. Again, website is cozycohost.com, and our Instagram page is the Cozy Life AC. So definitely check us out.
Stay cozy.
There you
That's
go,
right.
folks.
Stay
Listen,
cozy.
two friends of mine work together, and I'm so glad that I got to meet them. We're going to take a quick 1-minute break, and then we have Butch Pachonico from the Hard Rock Sports.